A survey question asks shoppers how many times in a typical week they make online purchases. The responses for a sample of 12 shoppers are summarized in the frequency distribution. What is the best measure of central tendency for these data? Is it the mean, the median, the mode, or central tendency cannot be determined for these data? Okay, so once again, whenever we have numerically measured data, we would prefer to go with the mean. However, in this case, we can't really say that this is a proper numerical measure. For example, a person, or the two people that fit into this category, the two scores that fit into this category, they could have been 5 or they could have been 25. We don't really know. We just know that this is 5 or more. So we do not have proper numerical measures. Instead, we have what will allow us to find the median. We have a set of data that has been put into order. Because even though we don't know what the values are, the two values that fit into this category, we know that they are at least 5 or more. So they're larger in value than 4 or 3 or 2 or 1 and so on. So we're going to go with the median. Now, why not the mode? Well, the mode is reserved typically for one of two situations. Either you have numerical data, sort of like this, and there is a very strong pronounced mode. For example, I might, if I were to graph it, I might have data that looks like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where one of my categories has a very pronounced mode compared to the other ones. So here the 4 really stands out, and so I'm definitely going to have to mention that when I'm describing my data. However, the mode most often is used for situations where you can't look at the data numerically at all. In fact, you're not able to calculate a mean. For example, I can't calculate a mean here because to calculate the mean of this survey, surveys are really just samples. To calculate the mean, I would need to perform a calculation, the sum of x. You can't add up your x values because 5 or more is not a number. So we can't do this. However, we can put things into order, so we can find the median. So I can look at, I can find the middle value here. But the mode is typically reserved for situations where you can't even put your data into order. So if I were to ask people in a survey to identify their favorite color, and so I've got blue and then red, and then the next answer is red and then green and so on. I could identify that the mode is red, but I couldn't put the data into order, and I can't do any calculations to get the mean. So the mode is typically when I have data that just is qualitative data. It's nominal data. It doesn't tell me, it doesn't give me any numerical values to work with. So the median is the choice here. Now, how would I find that median? Well, you do have to be a little bit careful when you're looking at frequency distribution tables. The reason being that you don't just want to look at your x values and say, here's the middle, 2.5, in between the 2 and the 3. Because that would be ignoring the fact that we actually have 2 values that fit into this top category, and then 4 values in the next category, and 3 here, and only 1, 1, and 1 in the last 3 categories. So, in order to do this, probably the safest way of getting this right would be to list your values. Let's start here with a 0. I've got a 0, and then I have a 1, another 1. Oop, no, I only have one 1. Then I have a 2. I have 3 3s, and I have 4 4s. And I don't know what my last 2 values are. I just know that they're 5 or more. So I'll just do 5 plus. So now how many values do I have in total? That'll help me find the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the median is going to occur halfway through there, so after the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My median sits right between 3 and 4. So the median, even though they didn't ask for this, I just want to show you how you would handle finding a median on a frequency distribution table. The median is going to be the average of 3 and 4. It's going to be 3.5. Okay, so our answer here is B, the median.